when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. So you join us, the Carp Basics team. We're at a venue that's very special at the moment. This is the home of the biggest fully scaled mirror in the UK. That's it, we're at the Manor, JC Fisheries. I met Justin, the owner, at a carp show back in November. I managed to badger him enough to get us a lake exclusive, and here we are. We're at the end of May with the Carp Basics team at the Manor, chasing the 64-pound fully scaled mirror. Good morning, you join me here in the dugout. It resembles a World War I bunker, but it's a great swim. So this is the morning. We got here yesterday, went out in the boat, found my spots, baited reasonably heavy, mixture of mixed boilies from Ocean's Fruit, spice corn, walnut, pretty much everything went in that mix, and along with a mixed house particle. Sat on it midnight last night, my left rod ripped off, solid straight into weed, managed to play it out for probably 15-16 pound mirror. So it was a good start for me. Today pretty much going to be doing the same. I'll pop out in the boat in a bit, check the spots, bait up, and then cast out, and that will be set for the day. I've actually picked 4 spots in my swim. I'm pretty lucky. I can move around a bit. So the spot I caught from last night, solid gravel. Couldn't ask for better, actually. Clear, huge gravel spot, probably 12 foot square. So that spot I was super confident on anyway. The other spots, they're much smaller areas. One spot is sand, just sheer sand, nothing else, but it's sort of 2 foot by 4 foot. Quite a tricky cast with the overhanging trees, but you could just about get there. The other 2 are man-made clear spots actually. People before me must have raked them out, which was very nice of them. Saved me doing it, but as yet nothing on those. Lots of liners, lots of fish in the area, but they don't really seem to be feeding there at the moment, but I'm confident at some point they will. So the rod I caught on last night off the gravel patch was on a wafter, spice corn, fished on a spinner rig. The other 2 I've gone pop-ups, one on the washed out pink Ocean's Fruit, that again on a German, so confident on that one. It's always presented, always resets, so it's always nice. And I have gone for the cheeky 3rd rod, and that one is on a yellow pop-up fished on a German rig again actually, so all on the boom, nice and presented. You know it's always going to be presented well on pretty much any surface. I'm going to have a change. I'm in the shallowest part of the lake. You know, it is really shallow up this end in comparison to the other end. We saw fish sort of cruising around yesterday, but I don't feel like I'm going to get many day bites here. So I may go onto the surface, pull my rods in, rest the spots maybe for a bit, bait them up ready and go from there. I will stick with the bait presentations for now. There's nothing wrong with them, so it caught a fish. I may just switch over to wafters rather than pop-ups later on. I think maybe a pop-up could be a little bit too obvious, so I might just dull everything down a bit, matching with the free offerings that are there. I will today, I'm going to try and go onto the surface. We've seen a couple jump just outside my boundary today, so we'll push on and see what we can make happen.
She's not the biggest girl in there, but she's definitely a looker. Look at the darkness of that. Lovely zipline here. Hopefully that big girl's coming out soon.
Joined me at 2:30 in the morning. What can I say? All we wanted was a 20. That's all I wanted. Low 20 common, caught from the smallest of holes in the weed, and I mean small. And yeah, dead happy. Absolutely screamed off. Gave an almighty battle in the weed, but dead happy. Caught this again on my old trusted spice corn wafter. Proof's in the pudding on that one. Dead pleased.
managed to get this lovely, what, £15 common, just on a long spot on a pink ocean fruit on a Ronnie rig. Buzzing. First bite session. Hopefully more to come, eh? Nice. So, after slipping that fish back, get some more ocean fruit boilies over at top at the spot. I was using solid bags, but I don't feel they were presenting that well. Just with a floating weed in my lines and knocking them off the spot. So I switched to Ronnie's with pink ocean fruit pop-ups and just some nice ocean fruit over at top. I managed to bag one. So yeah, keep doing this. Keep bitting that area up. Nice scattering of boilies. Fingers crossed for another one.
The moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
So I didn't explain to you in the opener how long we're here. We're here for 3 nights, but not all of the team can stay for the 3 nights. So I thought I'd just give you a little catch up. We're well over halfway into our session now, as you would have seen. And the majority of us have caught. So I'm fishing with Kyle, as I always do. We're in a double swim on the other side of the lake. We're actually doing another video. We're fishing with Joff and Kyle, but also into the Carp basics. We are Carp basics, and why wouldn't we? So we've got the 2 northern lads, as I call them, come down. We've got Sean and Jordan. They're fishing next to each other. They've both caught now, which is brilliant. None of the big ones have come out. Steve worked really hard. He's had 2 as well. And Carl's had an absolute minter of a fish. But the big one is still swimming out there. It's still something to chase. We've got well over 24 hours. Let's see if we can get it and show you what it's all about.
Well, my time at the Manor has come to an end. I'm pretty sad I'm leaving a day early, but work commitments and things, these things have to happen. I feel I've had a very good trip. Never been here before, knew absolutely zero about the lake before I arrived. I ended up in the dugout, which I mentioned earlier. Shallower water, but I've loved it, to be honest. Very weedy. Can't get away from that, so it's a bit of a challenge in places. But first night, as I mentioned earlier, I caught a small double, but last night absolutely ripped off. You know, I thought I was going to lose a rod at one point. Going on the spice corn, new spot, baited very minimal actually, although everyone told me to go big. I put a small amount of bait, but the spot was no bigger than a dustbin lid, to be honest. It was tiny, but it worked. Huge scrap for about 20 minutes, battling through the weed. Luckily I didn't need the boat in the end. We got it in. It was a beautiful 21 pound common. I couldn't have asked for more actually. So I'm dead happy, dead made up. This swim in itself, all my spots, you know, it's crazy, but they're all so close in. I think the furthest I got was about 6 wraps, which is unusual for a lake, but you know, yeah, it's a great little lake.
we go. As you already know, we are at the Manor on a Carp Basics social. The Joff and Cole specials are absolutely doing bits for me at the minute. I say this is just one of 3 fish for myself. Joff's also had one, and I say these hook baits are really helping us out here today.
Well, just had a savage take, weeded me straight up, so I had to go out in boat, but managed to get over its head and get it free. Good old pink ocean foot pop up on a Ronnie doing business. What a black beauty. Buzzing about this one. So eventually I've got one. It might be the last morning and it's late, but eventually I've got one for myself. Watched everyone else catch, so it's been a bit frustrating for me up here, but eventually the spot has come good and it's come off my baited spot. Did weed me up, so we had to go out in the boat to get it, but got it in and I'm happy with this one. Mega fish, and yeah, I'm off the mark. Got the rod back out, so there might even be time for another one. We'll see. So, got here on the Friday, and this is a lovely venue. If you haven't been here, I would really recommend it. Every swim is lovely, and it was really confusing as to where to go and where to pick, not having been here before either. So, trying to pick a swim wasn't the easiest, and I had a couple of swims in mind that I wanted. One of those being the grassy knoll, the other one was the car park, but I preferred the grassy knoll over the car park. Ended up in the car park though, which didn't look too good for a while. Literally, I've been out finding my spots, been baiting my spots, and nothing has come until the last morning where we are now, and ended up with a nice fish. And literally, I was beginning to worry. Everybody around me was catching. Most of the boys have had a couple now, so I was beginning to get a bit worried that it wasn't going to happen for me. But on the last morning, rod screamed off, weeded me up really bad, so had to get out in the boat. Went out in the boat, eventually got out, found where it was in the weed bed, picked all the weed off the line, and there it was. It was a nice 27-pound mirror, shot off into another weed bed, so it wasn't a playing ball, it just really wanted to get away, as they all do. We eventually got it in the net, come back in the boat, got the photos done, but for me, really, it's just
happy, just happy to have a fish now. I was really beginning to worry that it wasn't going to happen. I've been out in the boat, as I say, looking for spots. I've had 3 spots on the go. One of them which I can hand bait in the margin. It's a nice gravel spot. I've been over there checking that regularly, and bait has been going off the spot, but not massive quantities, and I have seen a lot of birds over there. It is very shallow. We had a big clear spot which I put quite a lot of bait on, and I think that's probably why it's taken so long for that bite to happen, because that is the spot that the bite came from. And also I've had one out on another clearish spot. It's presentable, but there is a bit of weed on it, so I'll put a chod over that. But yeah, it eventually came good, so I can't really have any complaints, and when you do see the fish, you'll understand why. It's a mega fish, and I'm really happy to have it. So, as I say, off the mark now. We've still got a few hours left. Anything could still happen, so I'm still quietly confident that there could be another one in it, but if there isn't, I'll go home happy. A fish from this place, absolutely amazing. Baiting approach for this session was, I got some of the particle, which is the house particle, which they sell here at JC Fisheries. Got some of that, oceans fruit and all nut boilies, and my hook bait being the all nut wafters in the barrel. So the yellow ones, and that was what done the bite in the end. As I say, my spots are relatively clear, so you can get away with fishing a wafter on them, and the particle and the boilies over the top, just as freebies. So Carp Basics wafters, highly recommended.
Well, last chance saloon for the Carp Basics team, but God, what an emotional ride it's been. Started off with me having one, then Steve, Sean and Adam topping it off at the end. What a way to end the session. Been absolutely brilliant. It's been an amazing time, but we'll see you on the next one.
The last few hours, so hopefully get that last minute bite. But I know that Adam's had a nice fish this morning. Last night were quite prolific, to be fair, for this lake. I know that Kyle and Joff had a few, I had another one. But yeah, hopefully to get that last bite now. I had a few liners on these rods as soon as I put that bait out, so fingers crossed there. You never know.
Well, that's it. The video has come to an end. The guys have done brilliant. Got Joff, myself and Kyle on one side and the rest of the Carp Basics team on the other side. I think we had 21 bites between us, 15 caught, which is brilliant for a weekend's fishing down on the Manor. It's not an easy venue. As you've seen, the weed can be horrific at times, but listen, we've had some cracking fish. Didn't complete the mission, chasing that 64-pound fully scaled, but that does mean we'll hopefully get the opportunity to come back and do it again, because there's still some fantastic fish. I think what biggest fish was 37-pound collectively, and there's plenty of 40s in there that we want to go for. I just want to say thanks to the cameraman James for doing a brilliant job and being on hand at all hours to get this video out. And thanks to Justin and the team down at the Manor, been fantastic, hosting us, letting us do lots of stuff, bit of boat work, going out, finding our spots, and having the boats on site for fish care is brilliant. So that's it. I'm going to sign off. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.